very intelligent, vibrant, and inspiring to me. Someone who we all can actually look up to because I tell you one thing, when he posts something on Facebook, it is so powerful. It can't help but get motivated from his words of encouragement. So I would like to go ahead and give it up to one of our top executive directors in the company. His name is Robert Sales. Robert, are you there?
Tish, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Go ahead.
Great. Okay, yes, okay. Listen, first of all, before I go any further, I want to give it right back up to you because you have been doing a phenomenal job. I mean, walked the stage as national director in Anaheim, California. We were so proud of you. We're taking pictures all over the place. And, in addition to that, just being a true leader for your team and just literally putting yourself in a position to explode that Houston area. It's just truly amazing. So definitely want to give it back up to you, and we know without a doubt you'll be Senior Vice President by the end of 2013. Excuse me. So, guys, listen, I'm not going to be real long. Mr. Horton just asked me to come on real briefly and just give my why, on why I'm doing this business, and me and my wife. And, my wife and I, just very quickly, our background, she has a background in the legal secretary industry, and I have a background in the payroll accounting industry, and worked in that background for about 10 years now. She's been in hers for 24 years. And, during the last 5 years, I worked for a company in downtown Chicago, and when I first started, that company had 5,000 employees. Well, over the next few years, I saw them go all the way down to 120 employees. And I was blessed to be in that number, but, how many of you understand that, nothing last long in corporate America because there is no such thing as commitment anymore from the company to the workers. So anyway, we were switched over to an IT payroll firm, and so I began writing programs to make payroll operations work. Worked really hard over the next couple of years because I was happy to be with a startup company, and I saw myself going directly to the top of the corporate ladder. And then over the next couple of years, I was able to get a raise in the company, one of 3 people to get a raise. But then 30 days after I got my raise, I was called into the office, and they said, we can no longer use you. Your services are no longer required. And after all that hard work, it kind of hit me pretty hard. But at the same time, I was kind of excited from that because I realized an opportunity that my wife and I had been praying for. We have a ministry called Words of Inspiration Ministries, and been blessed to, have a couple of books published and 1 CD, and, we got more music and more books on the way, and just more touring and speaking and different things. And we've been blessed to be able to travel this country with that ministry. But how many of you understand that takes money and it takes time off of work if you're working a regular job? And I always said that, we never want to be in that position again. You see, there was a group of young people for a skating party down in Mississippi that wanted us to come out and do a skating event for them. And they had heard about our poetry online, so they asked the people who owned the rink to bring us down there. Well, we talked to them, and we understood that, money was an issue. So we said we would forego our appearance fee as long as they just helped us get down there and, help put us up in a hotel while we were there. Well, they worked hard to try to raise the money and couldn't do it, and we couldn't afford to do it just, all on our dime. And that really bothered us, and we said from that point on we understood that we can never, ever let that chance go by to be able to minister the Word of God to some young people just because of the lack of money. And that, reinforced the decision in our mind to do something about it. And shortly after that, we were introduced to this company of 5 Links. We're so grateful for that opportunity. And, once we looked at it, we just realized that it was definitely something for us. We prayed about it. The Lord opened the door for us to get started. And we made a sacrifice in the beginning. And we really worked hard. And, and over the last couple of years, we've been really blessed in this company to be able to build an organization that spans through 10 states and 2 countries. And I just say all of that to just impress upon you guys that anybody can do this business. But the important thing is, how strong is your why? Make sure that your why is strong enough because, see, during that time, it wasn't all easy. And it continues to be a challenge for us because this is not the easiest thing we've ever done, but it's just worth it. and we're sticking it out because we understand what's going to come from it. We understand where our why is, and we keep that in front of us. See, one of the things that had happened during all that time that we literally saw, we were very close to national director and literally 2 people away, and we saw one of our executive director lists drop out and half of another one drop. But see, you got to have the fortitude to say, you know what, regardless of what goes on in this business, I know that I'm going to be an SVP. And that's just our attitude with it, and Marlis and I, we just believe in our whole hearts that all we have to do is just keep plugging in, keep staying plugged into the system. That means all of the calls like this one, the BOMs, the PBRs, all of the system that you have that 5 Links has already set in place for you, that has already worked for so many people. We know that without a shadow of a doubt, we will be SVPs in this company. So I just wanted to briefly share that with you all. And now, actually, what I want to do now, I want to bring up someone who I have a tremendous amount of respect for. And this gentleman right here has been doing some phenomenal things in this company. Has retired himself at such an early age of 27 and literally has not punched the clock for the last 4 years, has been crisscrossing this country and built an organization all around this nation and in Canada. And I can tell you guys right now that the person you're getting ready to listen to has a lot of fun doing this business, I mean, we literally have a lot of fun, especially when we get together at national conventions and regionals and different things. But in addition to that, he's making a lot of money. He's already been promoted to the top position in this company, and he has reached the National Director All-Star multiple times.
Kimberly?
So definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, I don't want to hold this off any further. I want to introduce to some and present to others Mr. Jermaine Wallstreet Horton. Are you on the phone, sir?
Yes, I am, Robert. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. You have the call.
Awesome. First and foremost, before I do anything, let me definitely give it back to Letitia Willis, National Director out of Houston, Texas. I know she's been grinding down there. She is truly, truly a testament of an individual that just won't quit. She just has so much heart and so much love and passion for this business. And through it all, through personal challenges and things that goes on, she's always that individual with that positive light that says, I'm going to get it done. So I definitely want to give it back to you, Letitia. I got to give it back up to Robert. I mean, I call him my brother from another mother. I mean, guys, Robert is like my right-hand man. I kid you not. And I know that we'll be seeing him at our July regional event as a national director. So if you guys are on Facebook, I want you to go on Robert's wall and post on his wall and say he better get Indy done by regional. So make sure y'all post that on his wall. But for the most part, guys, I definitely want to talk about something that's near and dear to me. And the reason why I have Robert actually go ahead and give his why, I wanted you guys to see a regular individual that came from corporate America. And we talk about all the time the things that take place in corporate America, things that take place with 5 Links. And, guys, let me let you understand that in this economy, nothing is secure unless you have your own. They say, God bless the child that has his own. Guys, we have got to learn to start building for ourselves. And in the Bible, in order for there to be structure going forward, God gave Moses 10 commandments, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share 10 commandments with you guys. And the reason why this kind of struck on me was because I knew how bad Robert wanted to leave his job and the things that he wanted to do for ministry. And for me, I felt that he was the first person in my entire organization. He was the first person, ladies and gentlemen, that I had that said, you know what, Jermaine, I want to do ministry full time. I don't want to punch a clock. I don't want to work. I said, wow, I've never had someone say they want to do ministry and not work so that they could just spread the word of God. And to me, I took that on as a personal challenge. And I'm really excited about his journey. I'm looking forward to him being a senior vice president before the end of this year is out. And this is only predicated to say this, guys. He follows a system that we all follow. And it's 10 key commandments when you're following the system, okay, guys? So here it is. The first commandment, the very first one is this. You have to be faithful to your company. Thou shalt be faithful to their company. And oftentimes we encounter other people and other network marketing companies that jump back and forth between these different companies, and, they wonder what new product is out and all these different things. And I want you guys to understand this. There are many great opportunities out there. You would never hear me bash another opportunity. But let me tell you why 5 links was so important to me and why I made my decision to do 5 links. Because some people, even now that they're in 5 links, they may be on Facebook and they see a friend of theirs and they're doing something in another company, and they're like, wait a minute, I'm not having as much success as I would like in 5 links. Let me just kind of see what they're doing over there. Maybe it's a little bit easier than 5 links. Guys, let me let you understand something. When I looked at 5 links, because I was very skeptical, first and foremost, about this industry, the number one thing that I saw was, one, I didn't drink coffee. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not drink coffee, so selling coffee was not something I wanted to do, okay? Because everybody doesn't drink coffee. I said, if I'm going to do anything, it's going to have to make sense, and it's going to have to make dollars, okay? So one thing I learned is when something makes sense, it makes dollars. So it didn't make sense for me to market coffee because everybody doesn't drink coffee, okay? Then I looked at some other health things. I said, well, wait a minute. Everybody doesn't want to work out. Everybody doesn't want to live a healthy lifestyle. And to be honest with you, there are a lot of people that want to live a healthy lifestyle, but how many of you are dedicated to living a healthy lifestyle, which means eating right and doing all those things, working out? No, that wasn't for me either. And then I saw the Mary Kay's, the oil of Malaise, all the stuff to make you look good today, the miracle juice and cookies, and I've seen everything, lotions, potions. I said to myself, you know what? I cannot see myself doing those things. But I say to anybody else, if that's their niche, then by all means, I wish them nothing but success. However, when 5 links was brought to me, I said, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that we can get paid on bills and services that people use every day? Wait, let me get this. Let me make sure I'm getting this right. You mean to tell me Fortune 100 and 500 companies that this company partnered up with, and this was at the time when we were only like a $3 to $5 million company of our worth, okay? And I said to myself, I said, wow, when have we ever, as people of the public, been invited to partner with a company that will allow us to get paid the same way these huge conglomerate companies get paid, which was residually? Never have I seen that. So it made sense. Okay, because I understood that, look, in these rough economical times that's taking place, there's going to be a lot of people scaling backwards, okay? So they're not going to have the Comcast triple play paying $200 for all 3 services. Now they want to shorten that bundle down. So they want DirecTV for $34 a month. They want internet that they can find for a deal for $20 and a home phone service that they can get for $14 or $24.95 a month. They're paying under $100 with our services, ladies and gentlemen. So I said, you know what, this makes sense. And that way it makes dollars. So that was the thing that I had to understand. But then on top of that, I had to learn to be faithful to my company. Okay? This is very important. And many times, and most people know this story about my sister and my brother-in-law who were senior vice presidents in the company, and they thought the grass was green on the other side. And I've always told people the grass is not green on the other side. If you wanted your own grass, it would be just as green. Okay? And they left as senior vice presidents to go to another company where it seems like the compensation plan was more lucrative, that it seemed like it was more upfront money, and that you can do so many things quicker. But see, this is not a sprint, it's a marathon, ladies and gentlemen. I did not take my team to that company. And Robert Sales, the reason why he's on this call, he sat in on that meeting when everyone was deciding what they were going to do. I pulled Robert to the side. I said, you know what? Even though that's my family, Robert, I cannot leave this company because I got too many people that's following behind me to see what I'm going to do. I got too many people telling me that 5 links won't work, and I'm not going to prove them right. So I said, bro, we're going to do this. We're going to take this thing to the next level. I'm going to stick and stay until I get my pay. I'm going to finish what I start. That's exactly the conversation that we had, okay? Now, that same company that everyone thought was just going to be that takeoff company ended up being shut down by the SEC, all right? And I said to myself, what if I would have took my team over there? Because I had developed personal relationships with these individuals on my team. So then they would look at me as an individual as if you just destroyed my family's life. We spent our last savings in one company to go to another, and you just left us to ruins. Guys, you have got to be faithful to your company. And you got to understand that your company finally is on solid ground. All right, we started off with a $3 million company. Then we jumped up to $10 million. $25 million, jumped to $50 million. Then we just jumped to $100 million. We're getting ready to surpass that to $120 to $150 million company that is still privately held. Guys, look up how many companies right now are worth $100 million. And you look at from their growth from when they started to where they are, look at the short time span that 5 Links has had. And look at the infrastructure that we have in the business. See, most people can't get the bigger picture because they're so busy on social media and they just hear what other people hear about 5 Links. But see, when you get to a national convention and they break down the infrastructure and how we are built on solid ground, and people that actually listen to the message from those co-founders, they will understand that we are on solid ground. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to say that I know that within 3 to 5 years, 5 Links will be a billion-dollar company. See, too many people want to get paid right now, get paid millions of dollars next week, next month, because they're so focused on their circumstances. They're so focused on what's hurting them right now. Okay? So, see, when you have vision, you'll be able to see everything before it comes to pass. So you got to walk by faith, not by sight. All right? So let's talk about the second commandment. The second commandment is, thou shalt follow thy upline. Okay? Now, this is following the footsteps of your upline and not trying to always come up with new ideas. Okay? Now, I know some people are very creative and they have some creative ideas, but what does that actually mean? That actually means stop trying to recreate the wheel. Okay? In other words, don't try to reinvent the wheel. It's already there. It's already circled. Don't try to put little chips in it, try to make it a square or oval and say, oh, it just rolls a little bit funnier, but we still going to get there. No. We got a perfectly good wheel that's already made. We don't need nobody reinventing the system. I hear people say, well, hey, what if I go on and I print out 1,000 flyers and I go ahead and I get this great graphic designer? No. Well, what if I go door to door? No, we're not a door-to-door business. Guys, we're based on friends and family. Okay? We follow the system. This system was already put in place for you to have success in your organization. Okay? The reason is simply because your upline has already been through the number of obstacles in this business, so they already understand the ways to have success. You know, and it's funny because I've literally seen double platinums and senior vice presidents, and I hear their downline tell them, well, you know what, I think 5 Links should change this, and they should do this, and they should do that. And I said, that's a great suggestion. However, I trust Craig, Jason, and Jared with their decisions and their vision on the company. They've already said that the product that was going to take us to $1 billion has not even been put on the boards yet until we got to the national convention. And when they launched healthcare, our co-founder, actually our president and CEO, Craig Jermaine, said if we stripped away every other product that we had and we just had healthcare alone, our company will be $1 billion company. And I truly believe that, okay? So you always got to remember, follow your upline, okay? Listen to the individuals that have paved the way that are definitely having success, okay? Stop listening to other people that were previously in 5 Links and they told you, well, you know 5 Links don't work. No, it's not that 5 Links didn't work. They didn't work. I'll give you a perfect scenario, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say you and another student are in school, all right? You guys got the same exact teacher. Let's say your teacher name is Platinum Senior Vice President Frank Kimbrough. Frank Kimbrough is giving you a test that you've been trained on. Now, we told you to go home, do your homework, do your studying, do your planning. And we know that it's going to be based on customer acquisition or it's going to be based on or something else, okay? But just say for keep's sake, we're going to talk about it's science, all right? And we told you to go home, do your work, everything you need to do to prepare you to have success. Those 2 students had a week to prepare for that exam. They come into the classroom, they sit down, they take the exam. When they take the exam, you got one student that gets an A and the other student gets an F. Let me ask you a question. Was it the teacher that didn't do what he was supposed to do, or was there something lacking between those 2 individuals that took those tests? See, the person that took that A, that got that A, they went home the day that they got started, and they took their training. They took their energy certification. They took their ET preparation modules. They went up to ED within their first 30 days, just the training. Okay? See, they didn't have to have somebody blow up their cell phone and say, hey, I need you to get qualified. Hey, I need you to take your training. It amazes me how many people have thousands of questions for their upline, but they have not even taken their ET or their ED training in their back office. That is preposterous to me. I don't understand it, and I don't even accept it. Do not call me if you have not even taken your training. Why? Because here's the thing. Half the questions that most people want to ask you are already in their back office. But because they don't want to take the time out for their business, what they're going to do is they're going to ask you a million questions of what's already in the back office. Guys, this is your business. You have got to remember that. Okay? There's people that's been in the business for almost a year still asking the same questions about customer acquisition that's already in their virtual office. And you're going to say the same thing that's there. Now, however, what I will say is when you have new people that come to your organization, what I do, I call them all the time. All the time. I got 2 new representatives down in Dallas, Texas. I'm really excited about them, Charday and Marquis. I mean, these guys are on fire. They've been calling me every day. How do we do this? How do we do that? Man, I want to get the national director by regionals. I want to be walking that stage in Orlando. Like, they are fired up. They both taking their test up to ET, getting ready to finish and wrapping up on ED, and only been in the business for a couple of days. Already got their first business partner working on getting 2 more. That's the type of success that we're talking about, guys. Okay? So we're telling you, follow your upline. All right? Listen to them because they're going to tell you what to do. If they say, look, I need you to go take a look at this ED vision board, the next level ED vision board, guys, get on it. Follow the steps. Your upline is going to give you careful instructions on what to do. Now, it's up to you to implement those steps to have the success that you want to have. All right? Now, the third commandment is, thou shalt not spread negative comments through 5 links. Okay? Now, we know that sometimes in this world, and especially in network marketing, the best thing about 5 links is the people. The worst thing about 5 links is the people. You can't control who comes to your organization. We can't all have people that's going to be of integrity and character that we would see ourselves being at, okay? You're going to have individuals that you're going to be like, oh, I don't know about that guy, right? But all we can do is try to train them up and coach them up and mentor them so that they can be better individuals for themselves and for the company, all right? There's too many times this person says, well, I don't like that person's presentation, or I don't like the way this person does this or they do that. It's so many negative comments that I hear, okay? Or it may be, well, I don't like her shoes, or I don't like the way she sounds when she gives her presentation. These same people have never got in front of a room, and they're too scared to get in front of a room and even speak to somebody, let alone have the nerve to tell somebody about them giving a presentation. Guys, I'm telling you, you always want to share positive comments in your business, okay? The explanation for not sharing negative comments is simply because many team members might not be able to handle the news of certain things that's taking place and then lose confidence in the company. That's the last thing that we want. Guys, if there's global links, you order the service and you're having a technical issue, you don't have to go around saying, well, my global links don't work. I'm not sure about this company. Look, we're a $100 million company. Inc. 500, 5,000 fastest growing company featured in the Wall Street Journal. I can guarantee you nobody's trying to get over you with a Global Links product. Technology is always going to have kinks. I guarantee you when your Samsung Galaxy S3 froze up and you had an issue with that, you wasn't going to quit Sprint. You wasn't going to quit T-Mobile. You wasn't going to quit leaving that S3. You was going to get you another phone, stop complaining, and get back to texting or being on Facebook or whatever you was doing. This is your business. Treat it as such. Okay? Now, the 4th commandment, I love this one, guys. All right? Never criticizing your company, your peers, and the individuals in it. Okay? Now, we're talking about within your downline and your upline. Let me explain why this is very important. It sounds like the third one, but it's a little bit different because as the saying goes, the you of tomorrow will be the me of today. What does that mean? That means as you're talking about your upline and you don't like something about them or what they're doing, and you're telling that to your downline, what's going to happen is sooner or later, if you're working your business, you're going to get to your upline's position. then guess what's going to happen? You're going to be in that same position, all right? And now you're going to be having your downline doing the same thing to you, and you're wondering why it's happening. Because folks did what you do, not what you say. This is very, very critical and important, okay? Guys, we got to have integrity when it comes to our business. Make sure that you carry that as such as all times. Don't criticize your upline. They know what they're doing. Now, the problem is that sometimes they want to call their upline and they don't pick up the phone on 2 or 3 rings or whatever the case may be, and they say, well, my upline ain't never there for me. Guys, you got to remember, your executive trainer, executive director, your national director, they have wives too, and so does your SVP. Their family, their fathers, their mothers, their teachers, their pastors. They're doing a lot of things and still building their business. Guys, do you know that in 5 links that some of us should have degrees for the things that we deal with? I swear, because sometimes we end up being marriage counselors, we end up being hater management counselors, all these different things. But guys, let me tell you, you cannot criticize those same individuals because you'll be in that position the next day. All right? You got to remember that. Now, let's go on to the next one, the 5th commandment. Thou shalt take 1 step at a time. Thou shalt take 1 step at a time.
Lord, didn't do
all right? Now, what does that mean, guys, taking 1 step at a time? I hear many people say all the time. They say, you know what? Man, Jermaine, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and be SVP in 1 month. I'm going to be SVP in a month. Just watch me. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. I'm telling you, I hear it all the time, right? But take it 1 step at a time. Let's worry about getting you to ET. Let's worry about getting you to ED. Let's worry about getting you to ND. Then let's focus on SVP. Then we focus on PSVP. Then we focus on Diamond. All right? See, before you can make $1 million, you got to have $1 million mindset, ladies and gentlemen. That's where the problem comes in there. How many times have we seen MC Hammer, right? And back in the day, he had on all the nice little gold chains. He used to have a big, stupid gold chain around his neck with the big old Helicon pants talking about some, y'all know the song, right? But then what happened? Everybody's like, what happened to our favorite rapper, MC Hammer? You find out he goes broke. He ain't even got the gold chain no more. He barely got his chain, right? He got a little string around his neck. That's how broke he was. They couldn't even afford the string. They probably repossessed the string back. Guys, you have to have $1 million mindset before you can think about having $1 million in your pocket. You got to, ladies and gentlemen, because it all starts with the mindset. Now, let me tell you what's powerful about that. We have the number 1 thing in 5 links that I love the most, and that is personal development. I want to let you guys know that personal development, ladies and gentlemen, is priceless. Many of us spend thousands of dollars on a yearly basis just on personal development. Why? Well, the reason why, because we know that it makes you better. We know how amazing once the mind starts accepting certain things, everything else goes along as well with it too. Guys, are you with me? And I really hope somebody's listening to me. 1 step at a time, okay? Don't tell your national director, your senior vice president, you're a brand new IMR, that, hey, I'm going to be SVP in a month. Hey, show me that you can get SVP training in your back office in 1 day. Let's work on that first, okay? I'm not telling you that that's not possible. I'm not telling you that your dreams are not going to come to fruition. No, what I'm saying is you take it 1 step at a time because you have to follow the system step by step by step by step to get where you need to go in order for you to have the success that you seek to have. Are you with me? All right? So that means that when you come into the business, understand that it's not a 249 business. Step by step. What's the first step? IMR enrollment. What's the second step? Platinum services, $49. What's the third step? Energy certified if you're in an energy city. My thing is, I don't care if you're not in the energy certification city. I got a young lady, Clarissa in Mississippi. They don't even have energy down there, but she's energy certified. Why? Because she knows that if she talks to enough people, she's going to find someone in another city or somewhere else where they got energy, and she's going to get paid on it every time they turn that lights on. Then what's the next step? Global links. Get qualified. Why? Because no money moves throughout the entire company unless you qualify. Well, we have certain situations that we can't uphold, right? Some people got prepaid cards. They don't have bank accounts. They can't get bank accounts. Hey, that's something else that we have to deal with later. So what's the next move? Get 8 customer points, then you're commissionable. But here's the thing. Why do we talk about 4 and 8 points when people should be getting 20 points anyway? Step by step by step. When you get your first 10 customer points, the company releases a check for you for $100, right? That trainer bonus is attached to that. Then guess what? You get another 20 points. That's another $400 issued at. Get you 2 IMRs, qualified, meaning they did the same thing you did, step by step by step. Duplication. Guys, that's the name of the game. But the number one thing that we always got to remember is this. That document 707 is so powerful. And because it's so powerful, after this call, there will be another call on a quick start call with our Platinum Senior Vice President, Nicole Kimbrough. And let me tell you something. This is not just for new people starting a business. If you do not know how to effectively, I mean, if you don't got people hitting ED in 30 days in your group, you need to be on that call so you can listen to a Platinum tell you how you quick start somebody so that your people can get a bonus. There's too many people worried about, oh, I want to sign me up a rep. I want to sign up a rep. They sign them up, and they're like, oh, I got a new rep. So what? Nobody cares you got a new rep. I'm keeping it real on this call. We don't care if you got a new rep. I care if you get your new rep a check. Ladies and gentlemen, are you with me? I don't care if you keep posting up all these pictures of all these new people joining your business. So what? Show me they got a check. Because my thing is, as quick as they come in your business, as quick as they go out. You got to show these people how to position themselves to get their check. Now, we know everybody, when they come into this business, they're not going to treat it just like we do, okay? And when I say we do, I talk about people that have a like-minded like me, the predator mindset, that mindset that says, you know what, I'm going to get this done by any means. If it's to be, it's up to me. You can be the predator or you can be the prey. Which one are you going to be? I always tell people you got 2 choices. You can either get under the wing or you can get out of the ring. Because we on a straight course to success, and there are no derailments, there are no detours. We are going straight on, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Very important. So, step by step by step. All right? So, let's talk about commandment number 6. All right? Now, commandment number 6 is very key. All right? And I really, really want people to really pay attention to this. Thou shalt get the new rep up and training as soon as possible, but then train the trainer on how to train. Did y'all catch that? We're talking about duplication again. However, that same rep that you brought into your organization, that same one that you just brought in your organization, you got to teach them how to teach others. Now, here's the problem that most people have. You have a new person that comes to your organization, and you expect a new person, when they bring in their new person, to train them. Not going to work. Ladies and gentlemen, if I got somebody that comes in and that rep brings another person in, I'm not letting the new rep train another new rep because they both need training. I'm going to train them at the same time, at the same old time. Are you with me? God, we cannot set up our new reps for failure. You have got to be the person to reach down to those individuals and say, hey, this is how we're going to get it done. And then you show that new rep how to do it. But you got to get it into their heads until it's mundane, ladies and gentlemen. Are you with me? Mundane means the normal, means the natural, to the point that it becomes second nature. All right? This is where we got to get our teams. This is why it's so imperative. You have to get your new reps on these conference calls. All right? The Millionaires Club that we have, we call on Sundays with Frank and Nicole every night. Monday night call, the Swag and Eat team call. Okay? Make sure that they're doing PBRs. I see so many people building from event to event. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't do that. See, and what happens is you're doing it so much that your team starts following what you do. Because what? Your team do what you do, not what you say. Are you with me? All right? So you guys have got to remember PBRs. Then it's the BLM. Let me tell you why that's so important. See, when people come to a PBR, they come to your house where they're comfortable at. And I hear people, and here's the number one thing I hear all the time: Jermaine, my house is too small. So you tell those individuals, look, the reason why I'm doing this business is because I'm tired of being in this small house. I want a bigger house. So I'm inviting all y'all to come to my home to see this opportunity, because a year from now, I won't be here. Who's coming with me? It's about vision. Are you with me? I see people want to do PBRs at churches. They want to do PBRs at McDonald's. And no. I don't do PBRs at churches. Why? What if I have a Muslim friend of mine that wants to come and see the opportunity? They're not going to go inside of a Christian church. I don't play into religions. That's not my thing. I know what my faith is, but I'm not going to tamper with somebody else's. We don't meet up in a mutual place at your home. This business was built in the dens and living rooms of people's homes, ladies and gentlemen. Because then the next thing that they say to you is this. They say, you know what? Well, the opportunity looks great, but I think I just need a little bit more. Ladies and gentlemen, where do they get more from? The BLM. See, that's when they get the bigger picture. See, once they get that bigger picture, ladies and gentlemen, oh, my goodness. See, now it's all like monkey call. See, once they get there, they see all these other people in there having success, they say to themselves, oh, this is real. Because in the back of their mind, they're like, look, I know John. He just invited me to his house. You know, he's done these things before. Or, you know, I know John on a personal level, but on a business level, him being a mentor, I don't know about that. But see, when you get to the BLM and they see the bigger picture and you do the number one thing that's so important at that BLM, you take your guest to that presenter is going to edify John. All of a sudden, Susie that looks at John just as a round-the-way person, all of a sudden, that SVP being me, if I'm doing that meeting, I'm saying, look, John is one of my top producing people in my organization. This guy, I have 110% amount of respect for this person because he has that much information on the company. You're working with a winner. You're dealing with a winner. This is who you want to be working with. All of a sudden, Susie is like, what? John? John? Like, yes, we're talking about John. John. That's why it's so imperative that you follow the system. Train the trainer to train the trainees. This is very important, guys. You want them to be able to duplicate the process and duplicate success. Okay? Now, what's next? So, with our next commandment, ladies and gentlemen, this is very key as well, too. It's the seventh commandment. And the seventh commandment is, thou shalt do live trainings and role playing. Okay? Now, why is this important? Because you want to be able to train around with individuals and master your projects, okay? And you want to be around your peers, you know, and I don't care if they on your team or not. If they are sideline, whoever they are, if they're in 5 minutes, you got to be practicing the presentation. I see too many people, they say, you know what, I've been in the business for a year, but I never stood up and gave a presentation. And let me show you what that's equivalent to. That's just like you opening up a Starbucks, right? You got the Frappuccinos, you got everything. Your Starbucks is off the chain. You got the baddest Starbucks in all of Chicago. Everybody, they like, man, if you just look at his Starbucks, it's off the chain. But let me tell you why your Starbucks ain't successful. You guys want to know why? Because you ain't put Starbucks up on the building yet. You got this beautiful Starbucks, but they ain't even got Starbucks on the building. That means that they can't see your business. If they can't see you, then why should they join your business? They got to see you. God, are you getting this? You have got to get down with your representatives, and I don't care if you 2 new IMRs. Learn that presentation. Go to the website, www.achangeforyou, 4 and the letter U.com. Click on opportunity. Watch that presentation. I used to watch that Steve Carter presentation over and over and over again. We used to have accountability partners. Me and another person would be the type of people that we would go over each other's houses. We would take turns, and I would do the first half. They practice the second half, and then we practice in front of some more people from our team, and then the person that had the best presentation got a gas card or something. I don't care about y'all. Gas is high. I don't care how much money I make. Please, somebody offer me a gas card. I'm going to do a 2-pot Frank and Nicole presentation all wrapped up in one for a free gas card. Okay, gas is high. So I'm just letting you guys know that it's very important that you do role playing, that people can see you physically standing up, practicing and learning. Because when your team sees that you're enthused about having success, guess what? They're going to be excited about training. They're going to say, oh, my God, man, I feel so good about this. I can't wait to get back on the conference call. I can't wait to get to the BOM. I can't wait till I get the national director so I can get in front of that room and present. That's what it's about. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the 8th commandment, okay? Thou shalt embrace the team. Thou shalt embrace the team. See, the team is not just your downline. It's everyone in that organization, all right? And here's the problem that I have. And again, this is a real talk conversation. If you can't handle it, you know how to eject yourself, all right? Well, here's the thing. We got too many people that want to name their teams and come up with 5,000 different team names. The GD got a team, the ED got a team, the ET got a team, the IMR got a team. Hell, the prospect even got a team. He ain't even in yet. He's trying to think of a name and can't even get IMR application. Guys, let me tell you what a team is. See, a team is when you can walk away from your business and you got individuals that can work that business independently of you without you. That means that you can have a Tamika Marino in Detroit that can host a meeting. That if you're not there, you don't got to tell her to do PBRs because her and Brian are going to be on it all day, every day. That a Robert Sales will be doing PBRs. That a Letitia Willis will be doing PBRs. A Lemuel Muhammad, just to name a few. Okay? I don't have to call them and say, hey, you guys got a PBR? No, the only thing I got to say is, hey, how many PBRs do you guys got on the books? Great. Y'all got 5. Here's what we're going to do. If you need me to close it out, let me know. That way I can make myself available to close out your game. Are you with me? Embrace the team. Treat them like family. Okay? These are not just people that you signing up to be a part of your business. These are people that will end up being lifelong friends. I have created some of the best friends in Providence. Nobody in my entire family or any of my friends became customers or business partners in my business. None. Only one. And that was after I hit national director. And that was Angie Challis, one of my childhood friends. Only one. So there's no excuses when it comes to this business. Nobody can tell me, oh, well, my family does not support me. They won't, so I'm going to quit. My mom, you know. Again, I told y'all it's a real talk conversation. You can't handle it. Just eject button because it's about to hurt somebody's feelings. Look, if your mama is broke and she's been suffering and going through things her whole entire life, can she teach you how to be wealthy? Guys, how many times have you seen, and let's keep it real, how many times have you seen parents limit their children, all from the day that they were born, right? Many of these children have gifts, God-given abilities and gifts, but they never will be shown and seen. Why? Because the parents wanted you to do what they wanted to do. Okay? Your parents dictated what you were going to do. It wasn't about what you wanted because your parents already had a plan for you that you was going to walk in their footsteps. Now, the reason why I can say that is because I can keep it real. My mama was broke. My daddy was broke. I ain't know nobody wealthy around me growing up in Inglewood and Chicago, Illinois. The only people that I knew was wealthy was the drug dealers. And I dang on for sure didn't even want to live that type of lifestyle to make that type of money. Are you with me? So what I'm telling you is that that's why you got to get a role model. You got to get you a mentor, somebody that's having success. Stop letting other people dictate your checks for you. And that leads me to our 9th commandment, okay? Thou shalt not be the emotional solver, okay? Thou shalt not be the counselor. Let me get you guys to understand what that means. That means that you need to solve problems rationally, not emotionally. So many people get caught up with emotions in 5 links, okay? Many times our emotions can actually affect our way of thinking and result in bad decision-making. We always got to cool down, settle a problem. You know, it's important for anybody's network of interest to always, you know, rationalize the situation. When it comes to the angry email, to go ahead and write it tonight, it's so many things that emotions can do that can damage not just your business but relationships. Guys, emotions are something else. Anybody remember that song by H-Town? Emotions make you cry sometimes, right? Well, emotions will get you broke at 5 links. I'm going to keep it real. Emotions will keep you broke. See, if I was emotional when my sister left me, yes, it was painful. I'm not going to lie. I was emotional for a hot second. But see, I had a business to run, and I had a why. See, my why outweighed my reasoning for emotion. Because at the end of the day, even though my sister left and went to a different company and things changed for us, well, I still had a daughter and other children that said, Daddy, what about us? Guys, are you with me? It didn't matter about my upline. I didn't care if my upline spent the time that they needed with me. I had a virtual office. We had training calls. We got everything that we need for you to have success. I hear people right now, and this is the funniest thing to me in the world. I've literally seen people quit the business because they didn't get a quick start packet in the mail. I said, are you serious? They quit the business because they didn't get a starter kit in the mail. They have policies and procedures, a DVD, and the steps for how to get started in 5 minutes. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That same kit is online in your virtual office. And the person said, no, I want to physically have it in my hand because I didn't get that, I'm going to quit. You know what I do? I don't try to save these people. I get a number of websites that buy it, quit. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ladies and gentlemen, are you with me? See, some of y'all are steady trying to breathe life into people. You got to figure out what kind of doctor you want to be in 5 links. See, some of y'all trying to raise the dead. You see them drown already. You steady trying to get them out the water, drag them to shore. You doing mouth to mouth. You pumping on their chest. You steady trying to bring them back to life, and they gone. I'm not trying to be that kind of doctor. See, I want to give birth to the individuals that come in with excitement. See, I want to give birth to people that say, look, I'm coming in and I want to be an SVP. See, I want to give birth to somebody that said, Jermaine, I'm tired of being a single parent and have to wait on child support from somebody, and I don't want to live like that. What can I do to take my business to the next level so I can be an independent woman in 5 links? See, I want to give birth to someone that wants to stop riding a bus. And they want to get their own vehicle, and they can get their own 745, 750, whichever SVP, BMW they want to get because they're going to get there. I want to give birth to individuals who ain't going to play no games with this business and treat it like a business and not like no hobby. I want to give birth, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not raising the dead. I'm ready to give birth. Decide what doctor you want to be. You've got to decide what doctor you want to be, ladies and gentlemen. But see, then that number 10 commandment. Here's that number 10. See, the last and final commandment is, thou shalt not complain, and thou shalt not give up. Thou shalt not complain, and thou shalt not give up. Guys, I hear so many people complain about so many different things. And the reason for failure in most cases is because that representative chose to surrender to obstacles in a path to success. See, if you remain passionate and determined daily, it's too difficult to be defeated because your will to succeed outweighs everything else. How? Guys, understand, do you know that we have these things called professional quitters? See, these people were already quitters before they joined 5 links. They were quitters before they joined 5 links. See, what happened was, you know what that means, right? When somebody says, what had happened was, those individuals, when they came up as adolescents, they quit on school. When the going got tough in school, they quit. When they got into a relationship with that young lady and couldn't be a man, or that woman couldn't be a woman, they quit. When they came to being a parent, they needed to be a father in that child's life and couldn't do it. It felt like the pressure was too much, they quit. They got a job and couldn't hold on to that job because they want to do things their way, they quit. What makes you think they're going to be any different when they get in your business? See, you got to be able to sort better with individuals that come to your network. You got to change your circle of friends. You got to change the people that you hang around. It will change your life. If you hang around 4 negative and 4 broke people, I guarantee you be the 5th one. I can guarantee you that. Stop complaining. Stop giving up. Stop being professional quitters in everything that you do. I've seen people every time, I swear this is the funniest. I think April Fools on April 1st should be December 31st. I really do. They need to switch that around. Why? Because I see everybody for their New Year's resolution, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to lose 30 pounds. I'm going to work out. I'm going to be a mean, lean fighting machine. I hear it all the time. Good. Come January 3rd, they quit. God, come January 3rd, they've already canceled their membership. They're not in Valley no more. They're in Portillo's. They're not in LA Fitness. They're in McDonald's. God, are you with me? People are professional quitters. It's just how it is. But here's the thing that you got to remember. You got to remember why you got in 5 links. You have got to remember the reason why you got into this business. Some of you guys say, oh, my God, Jermaine, I feel like 5 links is a God-given business. I feel like God led me to be here. It led me to be a part of this company. I feel like God just told me that, you know what, that this is exactly where I need to be. See, God told me that 5 links was the real deal. I prayed, and I prayed for this business. But then, here we go now. Here we go. Pay attention. Buckle up. But then, when Mom and them, Uncle and them, Cousin them, y'all know who that is, all of them, got something negative to say about your business, what happens? I quit. My mom said it don't work. My cousin said he did this thing before it don't work. And then you want to give up. You forgot that God told you that this was for you. See, because that person that did your hair for 10 years, this lady been doing your hair for 10 years. You even paid her extra. You know all her kids' names. Man, if she needed something, you was there. Your beautician. Now, you come talk about your 5 links business, and she said, girl, I don't do nothing like that. Okay, well, if 5 links is not for you, then support me and become a customer. And when she tells you, no, I'm good, girl. I don't do those things. Well, you need to tell her, well, I don't do this beauty salon no more. God, I'm telling you, that's why I don't even get my hair cut no more. I cut my own hair. I went to my barber one day. Well, I got 2 reasons. One, because I got tired of paying somebody for what I could do anyway. But when he told me, I said, look, man, I want you to try this, man. I think this will really work for your shop. He's like, man, no, man, I ain't trying to hear that, bro. Come on, man, let me just line you up. I said, what? I said, if you ain't going to support my business as much as I support as your regular barber shop, I come here on Sunday and it smell like mildew. And oh, my goodness, you don't even understand. But I came here because of the relationship that you and I had. So if you're not going to support my business, I'm definitely not going to support your business. I said, you know what? I want the business for myself, and I'm going to stay in it by myself. Here's another thing I'm going to do. I'm going to be my own barber by myself. I'm not going to pay you. I'm going to pay me just like I do my services in 5 links. I was doing you a favor. See, you got to have confidence about your business. Ladies, listen to me, ladies. Listen real good, ladies. When you go out, and you got some heels on, you got some, what you call them, a freakum dress? Oh, ladies, you got that dress on, you got the eyebrows arched, you got the lip gloss on, you got the what's that, the eyeshadow on, you got the blush, you got your hair in. Oh, can't nobody tell you nothing. Can't nobody tell you nothing. That guy walk past you and say what? Hey, sweetie, how you doing? You say, no, thank you. No, thank you. And then I got to say, whatever, you ain't that fine. And you get in that look and say, okay, I can't say what I want to say. If y'all watch The Wire, y'all know exactly what my boy said at that point in time. But you say, please, you know you want this? Look at me. Are you serious? It's okay, boo. Go on and enjoy your drink. Have a nice day. God bless you. God keep you. Please, are you serious? Y'all even have the same thing about your business. So if somebody comes to you and say, hey, Tell me about 5 Links. Oh, well, 5 Links is a major Inc. 500 company. We've been featured in almost every publication possible. And guess what? We get paid the same way that these companies get paid, which is residually, which can create a fascinating lifestyle for individuals that really want it. Oh, I ain't into that thing. You tell them, please. That thing don't work. I know my cousin, they did that. That thing don't work. You don't want to be a part of that thing. Man, it's a scam. It's a pyramid. You tell them, please. Are you serious? 5 Links is an Inc. 500 company. I'm getting ready to get promoted. I'm ready to get my bonus. We got some of the top leaders and mentors in this company. We're getting paid. We're making more money in 1 month than people making in a year. We're seeing the success stories. You can't tell me 5 Links don't work if 5 Links is in me. And I'm a reflection of my business, dude. God keep you, God bless you. Hallelujah. Ladies and gentlemen, remember those commandments, and I promise you will get to the top. My name is Jermaine Horton. I'm Senior Vice President of this company. I'll see you guys at the beach, or I'll see you at the bank. Don't worry, team. Let go.